Welcome back to the Awfully Good Podcast. I am Rich and here with Mike. Mike, how's it going today?
Today's kind of wonderful. I've been busy.
A little bit busy, but all over in the trades. We know it's draft day or slug draft day at least, the start to the slug. Are you ready for this, Mike? I know
Am I
you're
ready
going
for?
first because I have you first now, but you have other.
I'm ready for nothing because I have nothing to do for a while.
Well, you can make fun of people for making the wrong picks.
Everybody, because everybody's going to make the wrong picks.
I agree, except for the Titans. I think the Titans are going to make the right pick.
Sure, yeah.
So we got what? 15 minutes before the draft starts, before the slug draft starts. We already know who the first pick is, right?
That would be wide receiver Shelton, Mr. Heisman winner.
Yep. The plays both sides of the ball apparently. 6'4". This dude's big, man. 6'4". Not the fastest guy though, a 4.51.
Can I just say that I'm really glad the first wide receiver taken isn't 5'8" and like 96 speed?
Well, I guess that's a good thing because everybody has 96 speed when they're 5'8". Mad.
I see. That's my problem. I'm only 5'7". If I had that extra inch, which is something I've been saying for a lot of years, I'd probably, have that 96 speed and would obviously be.
And not just about your height, right? In the extra inch department.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine down there. You're getting weird. Move on.
So I'm looking at. I want to talk about Shelton a little bit more. Delans or Delans. I don't know how you pronounce it. Delon.
I didn't even write it down.
It was French. So look, the dude's 6'4", 207, 21 years old. I like the age. He's a possession type receiver though. 16th wide receiver in the 40-yard dash, the 4.51. What we're looking at 89, 90 speed maybe.
Not bad. Something you can deal with. How's the cone in the shuttle?
So that's another disappointment. He's got a 7.08 in the 3 cone, which is 31st for wide receivers, and 20 shuttle, 4.21, which is 16th in overall.
So he's not a burner, obviously, but he looks like a guy he's got the size, he's got the hands, and he's going to catch pretty much everything that he's supposed to catch, unless probably he gets touched by a defender.
He's Mike Evans, is what he is.
I'm okay with that. I don't know if you take Mike Evans #1 overall, but I think he's possibly the best player in the draft. So
could be if he has superstar development. He could be, especially at 21 years old. Which with all the accolades he got in the stories, I know the stories aren't guaranteed like they were before, but it feels like this guy should be superstar development. He's already got good route running. B plus short route, A plus medium, which is weird that the A plus is at the end, and B plus catching traffic. So yeah, he's like a Mike Evans. He's maybe even a bigger Michael Thomas.
Well, didn't Keyshawn go first overall back in the day?
And Keyshawn did. He was a possession receiver all the way.
Right, and he had a solid career.
Hall of Fame career, didn't he?
I have no idea. I'm not entirely sure, actually.
Did you know Keyshawn Johnson is Michael Thomas's uncle?
That makes me feel really old.
See, so that's the first pick. We know who the first pick is. We know it's going with the Titans. Number 2 is going to be the Eagles, who traded Carson Wentz to get the second overall pick.
I don't want to talk about that.
Who do you have the Eagles taking? You did the mock draft. I didn't, right?
Yeah, let's point out that, by the way, some of us, actually committed to this show, put the work in. Some of us like to claim that I'm at work. I got to eat dinner. Sorry that some of us actually have time to do things, unlike you.
In my defense, I was at work all day. Also, look, one of the guys got fired this week at work. So instead of just hiring people, they just keep putting more jobs on me. We've lost 4 guys in the past month. 3 of those guys' jobs falls on me. So it's all me.
That sounds like a wonderful excuse, and it's all gravy and everything, but I guess we'll just focus on the wonderful work that I did all day.
Look,
because I was home all day and didn't do anything.
I'll tell you exactly why I didn't have time to do a mock. I was going to do it this morning, but I ended up getting shafted by the Seahawks when they took Teddy Bridgewater out from underneath my nose. Also, I had to keep Drew Brees because you didn't want Brees anymore because you got Russell Wilson. So this morning instead of being able to just do my mock draft, I had to go and trade in my solo CFM for Tyrod Taylor to see how good he's going to be to make sure I can even play with Tyrod. So
Well,
I did that before work instead of my mock draft.
Based on in real life Tyrod, I assumed he's very terrible.
It wasn't very good. No, I'm a little worried, but I know it plays different against the CPU. So I don't remember guys with bad quarterbacks making the throws that I did. So we'll see what happens.
But moving on to the team that is now at number 2 because of one of those trades that make you go, what? The Philadelphia Eagles traded Carson Wentz to the Washington Redskins, which, if you didn't know, is a team in their division. I say this loudly because I was personally told that Carson Wentz would not be traded to a team in his division. Excuse me while I take a drink right now. You can start talking.
So that did happen because you told me you couldn't get Wentz because Public said he wouldn't trade him in division. Then I saw Public say in the chat he looked at Wentz's stats and decided he wasn't going to trade him. So this wasn't just one of those what moments. This was a what the fuck moment. I did not see that happening. I did not see Carson Wentz getting traded. I'm surprised, not just because it was a division rival, but just because he got traded, period.
And you know what?
I'm an Eagles fan.
He's not an Eagles fan.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's
a Sooner fan. That's pretty much it.
I thought he was an Eagles fan. I thought that was his team.
Did you even listen to his podcast? I don't think you did.
Which podcast?
One of his, I think it was the first one. He talked about it. He's not an Eagles fan. But anyways.
That was his team.
Things that matter. Good on, I guess, Papa Purry on getting himself a quarterback for the number 2 pick. Because as we all know, better quarterback means you're going to make better decisions. Right? That's how it works, right? You get a better quarterback and you don't throw it directly at linebackers anymore. That's how it works.
Is that one of those hashtag sarcasm things?
I don't know. But who do you think the Eagles take at number 2?
I feel like he has to take a quarterback because now he doesn't have a quarterback. Nick Foles, maybe he's viable. I don't know.
I was going to say,
but
how you talk down to a long cock Foles like that.
Oh my God. I hate the Nick Foles thing in the chat was so annoying last year. Honestly, I think he takes a cornerback. I think he takes a cornerback either at 1 or at 9, but I think at 2 at 9. I think he takes the best cornerback on the board.
You're saying cornerback as in defensive back?
Defensive back. I think he takes
quarterback.
I think he possibly takes Joseph Rice, the 6'1" cornerback.
You're saying that at the number 2 pick, he's going to take the 16th ranked player in the draft. And you know what? That's not even crazy because people do it all the goddamn time. But
those rankings don't mean anything, though.
They do in my head. It's all immersion, brah. Immerse yourself into the world that is Madden.
I just see Public as a guy that would take a cornerback 2nd overall.
Well,
I don't know if a cornerback is worth going 7 overall, but I feel like because I didn't scout any cornerbacks.
Joseph Rice is very fast and very good,
and he's tall. He's 6'1",
and he's young and all that good stuff. But in my opinion, at number 2, with only having an older 80 overall quarterback and wide receivers off the board, you have your choice of quarterback of all the 13,000 quarterbacks that are available in this first round. You take the best one. That's my opinion. And in my opinion, the best one would be Captain Roy Popek, is how I'm going to pronounce that last name.
From LSU.
Yes. I think he's the best one. He's young. He's got good throwing power, all that good stuff. That's who I would take at 2. I don't know if that's who he's going to take, but that's who I would take.
Okay, but why do you trade Carson Wentz to take another rookie at 2 overall?
There's an actual logic behind that. 2 things. 1, I'm pretty sure he hates Wentz throwing motion, which is whatever. And 2, he's saving money. He doesn't have to pay Wentz a shit ton of money now, and he's got a rookie on a 4-year cheap deal. I don't fully agree with it, but I understand it, as you have seen with the way I deal with shit.
I understand it. That's a very good point you just made about not having to pay Wentz. You avoid the big contract, but this is Madden. The contract won't be that big, but you're going to have cap space. Wentz wasn't going to ask for 30 million. You were going to probably pay Wentz 20 to 25, I would bet.
Right. Like I've never liked seeing people trade a position just to draft it again. I think that's stupid.
Well, in this case, it's even worse because it's such a young, great quarterback. It's different. Okay, so if the Seahawks trade Wilson, which they did, but let's say he trades Wilson to get the number 2 pick, it makes a little more sense
Right.
because he's older.
But how many times have we seen somebody with a good ass, like a Dory Jackson type 25-year-old corner that trades them for a top 5 pick just to take another fucking corner?
I have seen that.
That was a very specific reference, yes. But
Doesn't mean it makes sense.
Quarterback, corner, I think they're both viable. I don't know. That Eagles team doesn't need much on defense.
He really doesn't need a cornerback. I just say cornerback because I don't think he takes a quarterback. I don't know what else he would take. He's not taking a running back and maybe a wide receiver, but the best wide receiver looks like he's gone.
And like offensive linemen aren't that good to be taken that high in this draft. They're pretty good,
and they should have a pretty good offensive line already.
They have a couple pieces they could replace. I think they have like a 71 overall left tackle or something. But like he doesn't like maybe he's got some defensive line position that's older and he can find a replacement. But I think quarterback's the main thing there. I don't know what else. I don't know.
That's kind of I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think you're right here on that. He takes a quarterback. It just makes the most sense.
Well, we'll find out in like 2 minutes.
Cool. So who has the third pick here?
The third pick would be the Lions of Detroit.
The Lions. Who do you have the Lions taking? I'm gonna look at Huskers' mock.
Yeah, you look at somebody else's mock draft because you didn't do one while I look at mine. How about that?
I'm gonna plagiarize.
The Lions I have because they don't need a quarterback. They got Matthew Stafford, and he's good for the cycle. Beyond that, they could probably use pretty much anything. So I have them taking defensive lineman Andrew Carr.
How do the Lions' defensive line look?
I don't know. I don't really look at it, to be honest, but I know from history that it's not very good.
So you're just kind of basing off of like he's one of the top players here to take.
He's a younger, good defensive lineman. I think he's one of those defensive ends that you should move to defensive tackle, 300-pound types.
307.
And I think he could use an interior force, if you will.
He's not the best pass rusher though. The best pass rusher would be Patrick Berry.
Yeah, I have Pat Berry going a couple picks later, but again, I don't necessarily do mocks as it relates to hypothetically what I think that person was going to do. I would do it as if I was that person, which is slightly different thought process because I'm weird. I understand that. And looking at both Carr and Berry, if I was the Lions, I would take Carr over Berry.
So Husker has the Lions taking cornerback Joseph Rice.
Oh, jeez. See, actually, no, I did consider that because they have what? Darius, what's his name? Slay? Yeah. He's a good corner. Not young, but not old. And I don't know if they have much beyond that. Nevin Lawson maybe still. He's even any good.
I don't know. I know nothing about the Lions cornerbacks, but I know
I was the Lions last year, so.
Well, the cornerbacks are always going to be high priority.
Like I could see Lions taking Mr. Joseph Rice. I wouldn't hate that for them either, because in that division you've got your Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, and that's pretty much it for quarterbacks because everybody else sucks.
Oh shit, we advanced.
Oh no, what?
Look, I have Tyrod Taylor now on a 1-year deal.
Cool. But yeah. Who did he? Oh, he had a good quarter. Okay. Like, I don't think I think the Lions are going to go defense first off, unless they do something super crazy. But I don't think they can go wrong with any pick on the defense because they need a lot of defense. That's where they are right now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's kind of where he should go is defense, especially in that division with the Bears offense. I like the cornerback pick. I still, as a guy that has a really good cornerback right now with Lattimore, I think it makes a huge difference having a cornerback. Last Madden, whenever RFF talked about how I made a big leap from in season 7 or whenever it was, it had a lot to do with the cornerback that I drafted in that sim season when I had the first overall pick. I got the Heisman Trophy winning cornerback. He was a superstar development, just ridiculous cornerback. My defense shot up at that point. That's really how I was able to beat greatness. I had a really good backfield.
Didn't you have a safety too?
I did. Well, I did. The draft before that, I drafted 2 safeties that were both superstar development. So I had my strong
Cheating
safety.
ass motherfucker.
Man, it was nuts. I had my strong safety and my free safety were both superstars, young and really good. One of them was he won the what was it? Whatever it was. He won an award and he was superstar. And then I had the cornerback the next draft. So my secondary made a huge difference. I feel like secondary is huge. So if I'm the Lions, I think I lean toward going with a cornerback. If he needs a cornerback, if he's weak at all, you go corner because you can get the best cornerback in the draft at that point. That's where I go.
All right. Moving on to the Chargers of Los Angeles. I have them taking quarterback. Who does Husker have them taking?
A quarterback.
Which one, though?
He has them taking Ackerman.
See, that's where we defer. I have them taking Brad Bowden. And maybe we're splitting hairs on which quarterback is better, but that's who I would take because I believe Ackerman's a little bit older.
So let me go look. Yeah, Bowden's going to be he's like 2 years younger. Let's see. Throw power and Anderson. What you see? Ackerman. Throw power and Ackerman is A. He's got the B with mid accuracy and B minus short, compared to Bowden with A plus throw power, B short, and B under pressure. So his accuracy is about the same. He has a better arm, but he won't be probably as good in the mid. In fact, I know he won't be as good mid and deep.
Right.
So the more accurate guy is Anderson, but the bigger arm is going to be Bowden.
Are either of them more mobile than the other?
Bowden's a 5'16", and Ackerman's a little bit 4'9"
Oh, there you go. You get a little bit of speed, less arm strength. Take what you want. I don't think there's really any other option for the Chargers other than quarterback, whichever one they want. You got to old ass Phillip Rivers. I'm not saying it's going to make him play better because he's still going to take 88 sacks a year and throw however many interceptions. But
I just hope he didn't trade King to draft, or was it Desmond King to draft another quarterback?
Oh, dearest of gods, please no. I forgot about that.
I didn't understand that trade in the first place. And then you add in that he could be taking a cornerback here.
Fuck. I wish you hadn't have said that. Now I'm scared.
Could happen, man. It'd be terrible.
But now that you said it, it's totally going to happen.
It's terrible. Okay.
Moving on, because 5. Now I'm terrified. The Dolphins, who are another one of those teams that aren't bad but aren't really good, they could possibly be in the market for a quarterback, but I think Tannehill's okay for now. So I have them taking the other defensive lineman, Pat Barry, here at number 5. Yeah.
So I think they should take Barry at number 5. If I'm the Dolphins, that's what I take. That's the best pick you can make right there. You get the best pass rushing lineman on a team that needs a pass rusher.
Right.
But
Cameron Wake's very old.
He said in the chat himself he was taking a quarterback. And I have no doubt that he's taking a quarterback at 5. And my opinion, it might be, but my opinion, that would be a terrible, terrible pick. Because Tannehill he can get the job done at least.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you don't need to replace Tannehill right now. But some guys just like to replace players. They don't like him, they want to replace him. Even though
what are you trying to say? I feel like you're throwing shade at me right now because I just replaced a bunch of players.
The only shade I can throw at you is that you did replace a quarterback that you didn't need to replace.
What are you talking about?
You had a really good season with that guy.
He's 71 overall. He ain't gonna do shit during that sim. I need me a sim Super Bowl, baby.
Who gives a shit about the sim?
Clearly, I do.
Yeah, obviously.
You know who? No, here's the thing. You don't know who cares about Sim Super Bowls? People that win Sim Super Bowls.
Well, that's true. That's true. They care the most about Sim Super Bowls when they
They're
win.
the only people that care about them.
The rest of the league is trying to tank like the Jaguars, and then they got other guys trying to win this thing.
What do you mean the Jaguars are trying to tank? Are you just saying things now?
That was just randomly. I really didn't need to throw that in there. I guess, but
Oh no, it's out there now. I'm not gonna ignore that.
let me just straighten it up. If you're gonna cut Calais Campbell before the Sim season in the third round of free agency, because I'm gonna ask questions. You know what I mean?
Like right before shit's about to close and nobody can bid on them. First off, that's just weird and rude.
I don't even
Very
care.
rude.
I don't even care that it was right before close. You did it in the third. You weren't cutting him to bid on somebody else, to free up money to bid on somebody else. You didn't need more cap space.
There's legitimately no reason to cut him other than to tank.
That's what I'm getting at. That's the only reason you cut Calais Campbell.
If you got another reason there, Wakanda, give it to me. I'm waiting.
Let
Right
us know.
here. I ain't going nowhere. You got another reason? Tell me. I won't apologize if I'm wrong, because I don't think I am, even if you tell me something otherwise. But
And the other reason I know he's tanking is because he's gonna start Blake Bortles.
oh God,
You know you're tanking when you start.
that's not actually accurate, because you know how many sim seasons I've seen Blake Bortles win the Super Bowl? A lot.
Really? Well, on the Jaguars, yeah.
Yeah. I have seen the Jaguars win season 1 Super Bowl and then draft a quarterback at 32 at least 4 times.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the team that decided to wait until right before the draft to try to trade out of number 6.
Son of a bitch.
The Baltimore Ravens. Another team, like they don't obviously need a quarterback, so we're not going to go there. And they're actually pretty good at corner, so I can't give them Mr. Rice. They got 2 good young corners. Maybe he takes a third. I don't know. I have them taking the first offensive lineman off the board, Mr. Chris Palmer, left guard. Not that the position matters. Put him wherever you want.
So I like the offensive lineman pick because you need offensive linemen, especially with Lamar Jackson. If you want to run around the backfield with that guy, you're going to need time. So it makes sense to get the lineman. But this is a Madden league, so I think he's going to go like what Husker has here at wide receiver.
Which wide receiver? The white guy?
Charles Martin.
Yep, that's the white guy.
What's wrong with the white guy?
He's a white wide receiver.
Yeah,
he's only allowed to play on the Patriots.
But he's like Ed McCaffrey, though. He's like 6'4".
Did Ed McCaffrey go in the first top 10? I doubt it. I don't know for a fact, but I'm going to say he didn't.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I actually looked when I was doing my mock draft, unlike you who didn't do one, at their wide receivers, and yeah, they're not very good. And I looked at wide receivers in the draft, and after the first guy, there's a bit of a drop-off. And that's why I went with the lineman, which I think is the better pick, which means he probably won't make it.
I agree he's the better pick. I just don't think that's going to be the pick. I still think it goes wide receiver. Like I said, this is a Madden league. Offensive linemen, they go late first, mid-second round.
I hope they do. Please, don't take any offensive linemen. Let them fall to the second and third round. All of them.
Or even the 21. Don't fool yourself and think that I went to 21 just to draft a quarterback. I do have the Tyrod Taylor now.
Tyrod. You can call him Tyrod. It's okay. He doesn't care.
It is Tyrod. They asked him. I think he said it was Tyrod.
Anyways, so after the Ravens, we have Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in efforts to relieve themselves of Mr. Jameis Winston and his crab legs of death. There will be no W's being eaten in Tampa anymore, apparently. So, obviously, I have him taking quarterback, which is Nick Ackerman.
I think he takes a quarterback. If he can trade Winston before the draft, he definitely goes quarterback. He hasn't traded him yet, so I don't know if he's going to trade him before the draft, but I think he can trade him. He can draft a quarterback, and Winston, this is going to be the last year of his deal, so he could just let him walk. He'll be a free agent going.
Yeah, I don't think he has to trade. I don't think he cares about Jameis Winston. I'm pretty sure he hates him the way he talks about him during games.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea was that Jay Shock and Wakanda should just swap shitty quarterbacks so that they both have fresh faces to yell at and call shitty, because clearly it's always the quarterback's fault and not decisions that you make. But whatever. So yeah, which quarterback did Husker have him getting? I assume he had him.
Oh, he doesn't. He hasn't taken a strong safety, Adric Carlson.
Oh, what?
Which is probably, look, again, if I'm the Buccaneers, that's probably what I'm doing, is I'm taking somebody along.
Yeah, because you can play with Jameis Winston. I can play with Jameis Winston.
Right, because I would make him work. I'm not gonna I don't know. I'm not gonna restart. I feel like when you're doing this with a quarterback, you're just rebuilding you're restarting your rebuild when you don't need to.
Right.
You have the quarterback. Same thing with the Dolphins. I feel the same way. Like you're just making your rebuild take that much longer and making it that much harder on yourself.
Yeah, like I wanted a better quarterback overall, and that's why I did what I did, because the one I have, while I did okay with, still has his drawbacks. His deep accuracy isn't great. His throw under pressure isn't great. So I went out and got somebody who's better. And that's a little bit different. Like, I could have went and got Jameis Winston, and he still would have technically been better than Kyle Lauleta. But he wasn't good enough for what I wanted to do.
The trade-off wouldn't have been the same as you got with Wilson. And you wouldn't have drafted a Wilson. That's what I said in the chat earlier today. None of these quarterbacks are going to be as good as Wilson will be in season 7.
I don't know about season 7. He might be like, I don't know, low 80s, but maybe. No, if he's mid 80s by season 7, I doubt. Unless somebody up top starts out at like 82, because it's really hard for quarterbacks to develop in this game right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, they're going to be about when you draft them at. That's about where they're going to be, even in season 7. Because by then, especially these guys that aren't 21, the guys that are 21, you're going to get 5 seasons of development. But I bet these guys at most get 3 to 4 points a season,
if that.
And that's with like
lucky
development.
And that's focusing and scheme fit and everything. Same thing with linebackers.
So even if you need one of these guys to come in at like 82 overall, and that guy might get to 90 if he wins Rookie of the Year,
right,
and keeps his superstar development every season.
So not if he's drafted by J-Shock, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it. Let's move on. Next. Okay. What, did you have more?
No, I didn't.
Okay. The Buffalo Bills are very boring to talk about. I'm going to be honest. They're not a good team, and they need everything. I have them taking defensive tackle Jordan Hansen, who I know nothing about right now. I just have names written down.
This is for number 8 pick, the Bills?
Yes.
Okay, so Husker has them taking a halfback, Trammell Marshall.
What? No. You don't take a running back in the first round? Who does that?
Apparently, this league overvalues running backs, though. This is what I've heard. I don't overvalue running backs. Even though I have a great running back, I would not take a running back in the first round.
That would be like picking your team to start the cycle based on the running back. That's just ridiculous.
Who does that besides the Giants?
Anyways, I think like the Bills are a team that need a lot, and you can't really go wrong with whatever you take. Sure, maybe taking a running back, if he's good, is helpful. That offensive line is probably bad. Could probably use an O-lineman. The defensive line, I know, is pretty bad. I looked. That's why I picked defensive tackle, because there's a good defensive tackle. I think Jordan Hansen is actually the #1 rated player on the actual board. If I remember. He's the toppy top of the list.
He is. But I mean, again, you're taking a defensive tackle at number 8.
That's not bad. Ndamukong Suh went at number 2.
But is this Ndamukong Suh?
I don't know, and that's what the point of the draft is. You don't know, but in Madden we kind of do know, and it says he's an early first, which means he's probably at least 79 overall. I would say probably 80, and he's starting right away. And I don't remember how old he is, but he might be a little older, and I think that's why I had him dropping.
He's 23. Yeah, 21. You're right. He probably should go higher. He's good. I mean, he's really good.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pick. I mean, I can't disagree with anything you said there about basically anybody he takes is going to be a good pick as long as he doesn't get a bust. You know, somebody with slow development or something. But I mean,
It doesn't even exist anymore.
normal development then. All right, so number 9 is the Eagles again. Husker has them taking a wide receiver here.
Oh, which one? There's another wide receiver? How many wide receivers are there?
Gregory Acho.
Bless you. See, based on them, I have them taking a quarterback at 2. I went and looked at his offensive line, and I saw he could use somebody to start. So I have him taking right guard AWFL-y, who I think is pretty solid. And I think it would be a better overall for going forward type of pick because you have a quarterback and you got somebody to protect him.
Yeah, I think it fits better too. It fits better than a wide receiver pick here because obviously he's not looking to sling the ball. I mean, that he just traded his gunslinger quarterback. Right. So he's going to need protection and want to run the ball, which would mean offensive line. So that would definitely make more sense to draft an offensive lineman here. Granted, Huskers' pick here was made before the Winston trade.
And also, apparently, there's history of public taking wide receivers really high in the draft that I don't know about. So
I don't know about it either, but apparently it's a thing.
So I guess we don't have to talk much more about the Eagles and their garbage roster, who hasn't ever beaten me. Up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Hockenor and the 49ers, who I have taking at 10, the first corner off the board, Joseph Rice, which is probably totally wrong, and like 8 corners will go in the top 10. Who fucking knows?
That's probably the best pick he can make here. Unless one of these, how does Solomon Thomas look in the game? I haven't even looked at him. Has he been decent?
Is he a defensive tackle or defense? I think he's a defensive tackle. Okay. I don't know what kind of defense he runs. So if he runs a 4-3, maybe he needs another defensive tackle. Maybe he needs another defensive end. I don't know.
I'm just thinking in terms of you play the Seahawks twice a season who like to run the ball.
Play the Rams. They like to run the ball.
Rams. It would make
Cardinals like to run the ball.
So it would make sense to have some meat up there in the front. You know, even a linebacker or something there.
The draft is live. Yay! What? Why is the draft now just live? 8:18. It's late. Yeah, I don't know, man. Trying to pick what other people are going to pick is really hard because people make dumb choices.
It does, especially in a league like this. Like, you can definitely look at each team and tell what their real needs are, and you could make the best pick. But guys don't do that. They don't. A lot of guys, they feel like this position either means more to them than another position, or they feel that this unit was good enough last season, so I don't need to improve it. So it makes
some people just they fall in love with the skill positions.
That too. That has a lot to do with it, especially when it comes to like wide receivers and cornerbacks specifically, man. Yep.
Like I think the one draft in awful last year, we had like fucking 10 wide receivers go in the first round or some shit, and like 10 fucking corners. I don't even remember. It was something crazy.
I have seen drafts where I've seen 5 cornerbacks go in the top 10. In fact, the draft where I was talking about earlier, where I took the cornerback first overall, I think cornerbacks went at 1, 3, and maybe again another one in the top 5. It was something silly.
Was that the one where I got my free safety?
It might have been. Actually, it might have been 1 and 4. I think RFF had the other cornerback, and he got him not far after me. I don't remember if he had the second pick or a later pick. Anyway, cornerbacks go quick because it's so hard to get a good cornerback.
Uh-huh.
Marshall to the Eagles. Who's Marshall?
Who the fuck is Marshall?
I don't know, man. I don't understand how to look at the draft thing.
We are Marshall. I don't know who the fuck Marshall is. He's not even on my list.
Marshall?
Brandon Marshall?
Did they just make up a name?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, Marshall. Trammell Marshall, the running back.
What? He took a running back at 2? He has fucking Jay Ajayi.
He did, and he has the guy Pumphrey.
Chanel Pumphrey. Oh my god, what is he? What? I'm okay with this. Do whatever you want.
I'm good with it too. I'm surprised. I did not see a halfback being taken at number 2.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna scribble all this out because it's all wrong. All of it. Everything's wrong.
Who the hell did? How can you tell who took what? I don't understand.
It's on the top of the screen.
But it doesn't.
Looking at the draft?
Yeah, I'm looking at the draft.
Okay.
Oh, Chargers took Andrew Carr.
Andrew Carr?
Yep.
He took a left. Okay, who did the Lions take?
Oh, it's on the Chargers. Lions took Andrew Carr.
Oh. Hey, I got one right. Suck it. Suck it, Husker. I got that right. I'm going to put a star next to that because I'm super awesome.
I thought it was odd. Like, there's no way the Chargers didn't take a quarterback.
I don't like the way that, like, I like all the setup of the draft. It looks cool, but you can't cycle back and look who has been taken.
That's what I was saying. Like, I can't go back and look. I don't know why they
You can go to transactions and see, though.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
show in there.
So that's how you get around it here.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about this and it's going on, and we can like make updates that people will already know about when they watch or listen to this, or don't probably. I was going to talk about the Sim season.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about your team? He's a 79 overall running back. Okay. How do you feel about your team in the Sim season that you don't care about?
I feel pretty good about it. I think I have a good. I think Breeze is going to start. No, I may end up starting Tyrod so he doesn't lose too much and regress too much. But either way, I'm going to have a good quarterback. I have good wide receivers with Thomas and Meredith. Then I have Kamara, a pretty good offensive line. My defense is still going to be pretty good. So I think my team's going to sim pretty well.
I think my team is going to win the goddamn Sim Super Bowl. Because if they don't, I'll actually be disappointed. Based on just alone my offensive skill positions. My team better put up some fucking points. That's all I'm
saying. I think you are going to sim pretty well. With Russell Wilson, Saquon Barkley, Odell, Evan Ingram. Mm-hmm. I don't see how I don't know how good your defense is, but
it's getting there. I need linebackers mainly.
I think the Eagles would have out-simmed you if he kept Wentz. Without
Wentz, definitely.
Without Wentz, you have an advantage here.
I'm worried about the Cowboys in the sim.
Well, definitely, yeah. With
their overratedness. Apparently, that running back was a superstar development with 94 speed and 93 acceleration. So that sounds fun for me.
Yeah, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. That's a sick running back. I still don't draft a running back that high because I can get other guys with 90.
You could have got I feel like you could have got him at 9. I feel like you could have 9. But
I think you're right.
As it relates to other teams in the Sim season, I'm gonna read off some team names. You tell me if you think they could make the Sim Super Bowl or not.
Okay.
The Atlanta Falcons.
No.
The Green Bay Packers.
No.
Houston Texans.
No.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to say no.
New England Patriots.
No, definitely not.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I have the Patriots and the Packers up here because they have the 2 best rated quarterbacks in the game right now. One's a 99, one's a 94.
Brady's still in the game?
Yep. 41-year-old or 42-year-old maybe.
I thought Brady had retired, but I'm still going to say no.
He's a 94 overall at old as fuck.
That's disgusting.
Because, yeah, the teams aren't that great overall, Packers, Patriots, but I think the quarterbacks are designed for the Sim season. Bumble made the Sim season 2 last year. Or Sim Super Bowl last year. So that's why I have him up there.
But I think they don't have much talent on that team, though. Like at wide receiver,
I understand that, but I think when in doubt, you take the better quarterback.
Also, I think the Jaguars have had a huge advantage.
Oh, they did.
And the Chiefs are still going to be a great team, even in the Sim. Now, I don't know how good Mahomes is now. He may not be as good as I'm thinking.
I think the Texans have a pretty good defense still, and I think they have a good enough offense that they can get into the playoffs, depending on how well the Jaguars do. I think the Falcons overall team sim season wise are one of the complete teams in the game. So that's why I have them up there too.
I just think the Falcons team overall took a step back. I guess I wasn't thinking.
Don't think
looking at
about, what they did. You just think about simulation, team ratings, etc.
Yeah, I'm going through the team right now. You're right. I mean, the defensive line is disgusting.
Right. They're still the Falcons, regardless of how well or not well or how many times Ace's kid turns his game off. They're still the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. They are pretty damn loaded, man. I think you're right. They are going to sim. They should be one of the favorites for the Super Bowl here. Should be.
As long as I don't crap out during the sim and give Saren a high pick, I'll be happy. That's all I care about.
That would be pretty terrible.
Left it. Are we still on the fucking Chargers? Where's he at?
Yeah, still in the Chargers.
Boring. He's online, bro. Go do something.
He's online. I don't know what's going on here.
Probably over at his buddy's house, pegging him or some shit.
I feel like the top 10 picks should all be
like you should have your board set up.
Right. You should just be straight through. Because you should know, like, okay, this is
like you say that, but if you were in the top 10, you've admitted in the past that you don't like your pick to be simmed, even if you know the board is 100% right, because you want to make the pick.
I still say that, but when I'm not in the top 10, I think everybody else's picks should be picked already.
Every pick should be simmed, but mine.
But mine. No, top 5 for sure. Maybe 8, 9. It gets kind of sketchy, but even still, your board should be set. The problem I have is that I'm so indecisive. As you can see from my playbooks, I'm going to change again before we start the season.
Oh dear God!
I like to keep changing things. So even though I go into the draft thinking this is what I want, I end up thinking I should go this way instead. Especially when you're in the top 5, top 10. I don't know, man. Like for me, I get so indecisive there. I just can't make a pick.
See, I don't get
overall.
Who's that?
Andrew Carr comes in at 82 overall.
Nice. I don't get indecisive. I just get bored and I want to do something. And that's basically what happened today. I made one trade, which led to another trade, which kind of led to another trade, and then to another trade. And then I was still bored, and I did one more trade. And now I'm here.
But your trades made sense because you acquired more draft picks and decent draft picks. You got 2 seconds. You had nothing after that Wilson trade. Now you have, I
got 2 2s, 2 3s, baby.
Right.
You're move this first round along, can we? I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm trying to think of other AFC teams I think could make the Super Bowl. I can't think of any.
Like I've seen, I think
the Chargers. Maybe the Chargers can if they would start Philip Rivers.
No, even with that, if they get a rookie and they start him, that team's pretty loaded. That team could go far.
With the wide receiver, they have the running back, they have the defensive line, the corner. Well, they had the cornerbacks. I don't know if they still do.
But here's the thing about sim seasons. Last year, J-Face on the Titans made the sim playoffs with a 69 overall quarterback.
That was on purpose?
No, he just had a 69 overall quarterback. I don't know.
Where was Mariota?
I don't remember. He may have been gone. Maybe he got hurt.
King Bernard should trade me Mariota. Just going to put that out there.
I don't think he's going to now. He could have had a quarterback. You should have talked. You should stop messaging people right before they leave their house.
And I tried. I just missed the 6th pick. Just missed it. That's all right. It'll be okay. I am kind of confident in Tyrod right now. I used him a little bit. I think I'll be okay if he ends up starting for me. If not, like I said, he's on a 1-year deal, so I don't have to re-sign him. I can wait.
What's important here is how mad are you that you didn't even think to go after Russell Wilson?
Yeah, that kind of irks me because me and Saren had joked about it earlier in the season, and I didn't think it was a real possibility. And then when I saw Wilson was on the board, I thought I'm like, no, he's gonna want a first this year. I don't have a first this year. If I had a first this year, I would have approached him, but I didn't.
See, I've been talking to Saren since before we had the game, probably almost, about Earl Thomas and then about Russell Wilson, and I just never shut up, and I just kind of annoy people forever until they give me what I want.
And it worked.
It worked, and I'm okay with that.
But even still, like I didn't really need a Russell Wilson. I'm more annoyed that I didn't get Teddy Bridgewater than I didn't inquire about Russell Wilson.
I mean,
I really wanted Teddy. I was looking forward to having Teddy. I tried to trade for Teddy at the beginning of the season. Whenever the Saints got him, I offered a third to RKO for him, and he ended up keeping Teddy anyway. But yeah, I tried. And then when I thought I had him, I remember talking to you about it yesterday. I was like, I'm going to get Teddy, whatever it was, no matter what, basically. And no, didn't happen.
Yeah, but that's back. That's you just gotta let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Yeah, it's done now. I'm okay with Tyrod. I just would have preferred Teddy.
Any draft news yet?
No, we're still on the Chargers. I was hoping that some more picks would go through so we could talk about them, but I don't think it's going to happen here. Shuck's in the chat, but he hasn't said anything. Did anybody tag him? He's been tagged, right?
88 block shedding is okay, but everything else is very not that great.
It's very average, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I saw. His power moves at 78, finesse 77. All that's going to go up though. Did he say what his development was?
I don't. Oh, Stardev. That's not great.
A star?
Yeah.
If he fits his scheme, it's okay.
I mean, 88 block shed will hit over 90, and then he's going to be good at run stopping, and that's at least something.
No, that's what this guy is. This guy's a run stopper. If you look at his block shed and his strength, because apparently strength is disengaged, whatever that is now, and high block shed. So he's going to get off of blocks.
Yeah,
it's going to be to tackle. He doesn't.
He's basically a young Snacks, if you will.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't know if he's pretty agile for that slow. 89 acceleration, 80 speed, 79 acceleration, 80 speed, but 80 agility for defensive end. 82 tackle. He'll be good. I mean, it's a good pick. I think I would have gone with the other guy.
Barry.
Yeah, that would have been my pick, Patrick Barry.
I think we're stalling now, and nothing's happening.
Yeah, so I guess we should just end it here. So
fine, fucking Chuck, it's all your fault.
Is there any what's the next podcast going to be? You think?
Oh god damn!
Season preview.
I don't. Do we want to do another mock draft? I don't really want to do another mock draft.
We're not going to do another mock draft. Why the hell would we do that?
Because there's another draft.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, somebody doesn't pay attention.
I forgot all about the sim season.
There's an entire another off season before we start playing games there, buddy.
We can see how it goes. If we feel like knocking one out, we'll do it. But I have a feeling that we won't. It's gonna be too close to this one.
Yeah, we don't like doing work back to back too much.
Well, it'll either be another draft show or it'll be like a season 3 preview.
I'm okay with this. I think we're going to do a season 3 preview. I just don't know when it's going to be.
Right. Yeah, so we'll just plan for that for now. Then we'll plan on the season 3 preview. So, all right, that's going to be it. We're going to shut it down here. Good luck in the draft, and good luck in the sim season. Till next time.
Peace out, bitches.